So I've been cosplaying for about 1.5 to 2 years now, but I wanted to start cosplaying a lot earlier than that. However, one thing stopped me, and that was my hair. It is very long, as you can see. It's about half my height at this point, and I really struggled trying to work out how to get it in a wig, and it took me quite a while to figure it out, and I had a few disasters. 2 years ago, or just over 2 years ago, I tried to go to this convention. It was the first one of the first ones that I was going to, and I was really excited to see this local dance group perform, and I thought I'd cosplay as a character, even though I didn't really have a uniform or anything yet. All I had was the wig, and it wasn't a very good wig, but I put it on, and before I even got to the convention, it fell off because I had no idea how to put the wig on. I probably should have worked that out before I decided I was going to cosplay to a convention. However, the next year I was performing at that convention in a wig that stayed on my head the whole time that I was dancing, so I worked it out eventually. What I'm going to do is just go through my sort of routine on how I get this stuff into a wig cap, how I get this into a wig cap and into a wig, so that it can maybe help you if you're struggling with how to get your long hair into a wig. I remember I asked for advice when I was trying to get into cosplay just after this sort of disaster and the wig fell off, and people just told me to cut my hair off, which was really helpful. I mean, thank you for telling me to cut off an important part of my appearance and something that makes me very happy. But, you know, just cut it off. So hopefully, this time, I will be able to give you some better advice than just cut your hair off. The first thing I would recommend is put your costume on before you put your wig on, because I have to get this over my head. If I have a wig on, I do not want to mess up the styling of the wig, nor do I want to knock the wig off either. That would be really stressful and I don't want to go through that again. So just put it on before you put the wig on. It doesn't really matter when you put the costume on, as long as you do it before you've got the costume, before you put your wig on. Now, the first thing I'd recommend after that is brush your hair, because you're going to have to do something with it, and that's going to involve brushing it. Usually, because my hair's long, I have to split it in two, and my hair technique is not the best. So I'm just going to brush my hair so that I'm able to plait it after this. I already brushed my hair today, so that's why it's not too knotty. It was really bad this morning, but and my hair can be somewhat curly, and yeah, it just doesn't go well when it's long. That's all I can say. Once you've brushed your hair, you want to split it into 2 sections, like I already have, and then you want to plait both sides of it. It doesn't really matter what kind of plait you do. I'm really bad with my hair, so I just do a really basic plait. Some people might want to do like a French plait or something starting from like up here, but I just start from here because I suck at it. So I'm just going to do that. What I would recommend is when it comes to your hair ties, hairbands or whatever, you want to be using like loom bands or something. I know you've probably got them, because who doesn't at this point, but I bought these for 10p because they were just getting rid of them. So I just recommend like using a couple of these, because you want to really make sure you can keep your hair as flat as possible. So I'm just going to plait my hair. Okay, so I didn't really do the best job of that, and I've got quite long bits at the end, but they're plaited now, and that's all that really matters. So the next step is to wrap it around your head like you are a cinnamon roll bun thing. So you want to basically get as many hair grips, bobby pins, hairpins, whatever you call them, as many of these as you possibly can, because you need it to be as secure as possible, especially if you're not used to it. So what you're going to want to do is start grabbing one of it, bringing it round back of your head, and then sort of tracing where you want it to be. And then you want to take one of these and you're just going to pin it at the top. You might think that you need to start at the back, but just keeping it at the top means it doesn't actually go anywhere. And you've already sort of solved that problem of, oh no, it's going to fall. So basically work backwards when you're doing this. Start from the front instead of the back. And just pin it all down, pin it to your head. You know, I've used up to like 30 of these on my head before, so I usually use a bit less now because I've got more used to it and I know how many like it takes to hold it, and it's not as much as you think sometimes. But sometimes you just get a bit overboard and you feel like doing loads of them, so just do this. So I think I've got this one done, and it feels quite secure. At this point, I pretty much feel like some kind of elven princess because I've got like just a really long plait. So, you know, I don't actually know. It probably looks like a complete mess, but you just gotta. It doesn't really matter. You're gonna have a bloody wig on anyway, so don't worry about how neat it is. Just make sure that you can go like, and it's not gonna come all down. Anyway, on to the next one. You basically do the same thing, you just make sure that it's inside the first one you did. Like that. That probably looks really messy, but you know. Once again, you want to start from the middle. That is a really bad pin. Start from the middle. Don't start back here, even though it feels really loose there, it will do. You want to make it tight by pinning the top tightly. Not by pinning, because you can't pin this bit very well, it's too thick. So you have to pin the top bit. See, it's a bit loose there. That bobby pin really did not work. It seems like it's been stretched or something, so that's why. Still a bit loose back here. I'm just going to try and pin it up. I think it's mostly secure now, but I'm just going to add some more because, oh yeah, that bit's still going. It blows my mind how people with hair that's just like here they don't even plait or tie up their hair. They just put a wig cap on and then just have like this thing at the back. I don't get how you can do that. If I did that, it just wouldn't happen, you know? I mean, I do all this to reduce the amount of like stuff that's going to be at the back, because it's going to happen. You know, that bit's all going to be there. But like, if all of this stuff here was at the back as well, wig would not go on. So once you've got like 100 pins in your head, you've got to put your wig cap on. I don't actually use a wig cap because I find they are just not secure enough for the sheer power of my hair. It just doesn't want to be contained. It wants to attack people, and it does not want to be stuck in a net. So as a result, I use a pair of tights. I mean, if you ever run out of a wig cap, what you can do is find an old pair of tights and just cut them off and tie them in a knot. They work pretty well. I do look extra stupid though, so I'm really sorry that you have to see this. Anyway, I turn it sort of inside out so that the knot of the tights is inside, and then I just sort of do that and suffer. Oh, it's Oh yes, egg time. So I think I'm gonna have to get a mirror in a minute because I can't actually see what I'm doing. I mean, I have mirrors behind where the camera is, but I don't have my glasses on, so they're basically useless. I can't see very far without it blurry, so yeah. Anyway, you've got an egg on your head. I now look bald, except I also look like I have a pair of tights on my head because that's what I have on my head. Anyway, usually what you do, I used to pin them a lot, but I ended up ripping out some of my hair, which was great because I had a little bald patch for a while and it was right in the middle of my head. But you take like one grip here. Take like grip. Make a little X in your head on the wig to sort of keep it in place. You make this little X on the front of your head, and you also want to make another one at the back where you got that bulge. I quite like using tights as wig caps because they feel a lot more secure because they're a lot more tightly wrapped, tightly compressing your head a lot more, and it's just, also you can get them in different colours. Like, you know, what I've been meaning to do is instead of using this thing, I wanted to get some coloured tights so I wouldn't have to worry about this peeking through the wig cap. But tights are expensive, especially coloured ones, so I'm just using old ones instead. Anyway, all pinned back. Usually I do pin these bits as well, just because they can be a bit insecure, but they usually just, there's no point at that point. Sorry, itchy. Anyway, with this on, means it's time to actually put a wig on. You guys, yep. So, I have my girlfriend here. Doesn't have a name. Well, I think I gave her a name once, but I didn't. This, I want to see. I thought it would be best to emphasise how you can wear a wig with long hair by putting it in my shortest wig that I have, which is this one. So, yeah. Sorry that it's not very well styled at the moment. I wore it to a convention and I couldn't really be bothered to restyle it for this, so. And then my dog decided to like attack it twice, so it got a bit messed up, but I tried and it's still alright, so, you know. Anyway, I would also recommend, please get a wig head. Just, you need to be able to style it properly. It's going to be really hard to style it on your head and it will cause you a lot of unnecessary stress if you don't, so please get one. Also, pin it when you're styling it. Sorry Narble, you pin it when you style it. Anyway, take the wig off. So, what you're gonna do, you have your wig. Sorry, I'm being really not gentle with it. But, get your wig, you wanna turn it upside down and expose this section of the wig where you've got these little ribbons at the back and these hooks. You see these hooks? These are basically vital for keeping it on your head. If you don't have them on your head, you're going to do what I did and it's just going to fall off before you even get to the convention. Fortunately, they're easy enough. You just take the hook, and I usually hook it into the second one, like that. When you put it on, you need to check that you can feel them, otherwise take it off, put it back on, and do this again, and then put it back on, you know? I hate doing this. You know, I love cosplaying, but wig stress. Anyway, so once it's nice and secure, once it's nice and secure and you've got these there, just want to sort of stretch it and then hold it at the front, pull it down at the back because that's the stretchy bit. So, oh god, the mess. Okay, now it's on. It's really messy. I'll adjust it in a minute. Do not panic. I can pull the elastic there, from the little hooks, so I know it's on this side and I can feel it there on the other side. So basically you know that it's not going to fall off. That basically acts as an extra grip on your giant head. Sorry. Yeah, basically what you do now that it's on, is you want to pull it in the correct places. Make sure you got it all on at the back nice. And that the back is covered nicely. The front is as well. And then you want to go to a mirror and like basically fix it. So that's what I'm going to do now. I think I got it all sorted out now. I hope I put it in the right direction. But yeah, it seems to go alright. I'm just going to... Seems secure. I've messed it up again, haven't I? Yeah. Sorry, if I just put my glasses on and I don't have to move. It feels secure, it's on correctly. The elastic bits are in place, you can feel them, you can tug on them and they're not coming loose. If they come loose, take it off, put it on again after reattaching them. They're important. If they come undone, your wig is a lot more likely to just come off. You can also like pin it more if you want. I don't really bother doing that because it hurts more. This wig doesn't really show any of my hair anyway, and it's quite dark so you don't really see it. So yeah. Now that you have your wig on successfully, it's time to like put on the accessories that you can't put on before. Like your makeup, eyebrows, etc. Basically everything else you haven't done yet. So I'll just do that and then see the finished result. Now that you've sorted out your wig, you can now go on to do your makeup, accessories, etc. and then go on to your convention or your photos or whatever you want to do. Your TikToks, if that's what you're into. But I hope this has been helpful, because it's been nice to just sort of go through how I do it, and I hope this has been a lot more helpful than telling you to just cut your hair off, because not everyone wants hair this length, you know, but you know, cutting your hair is quite a big deal when you've had it for really long, for years. I mean, growing your hair out takes a long time, and to just suddenly change it can be, you know, somewhat emotional moment, and people just telling you to cut it can be quite insensitive. However, if you want to try out short hair without the permanence of actually cutting it, wigs. You now know how to wear a wig. So, so I do hope this has helped you, or helped someone at least. So thank you for watching. I'll now go and do the rest of my accessories and makeup and take some photos so that you can see the before and after, I guess.